have to ask those more the prashna.
Seriously,
I think they are the most rational questions that we can get.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know. Question is a question. There is no mode or intelligent or any kind of. I mean, and the thing is this, right? So now, Paba, you and I both went to university as well in this country, local university.
Same university, same faculty.
Yeah, same university, same faculty.
Decade apart.
Yeah, just in case you're wondering. But at the
I am the younger one.
Yeah. Although I look. Anyway, we will not get into that because that's trivial. But at the same time, when you university also, I thought, okay, I came in there looking for liberation. Okay. Minna bole. So the moment you challenge the establishment or you challenge the accepted doctrine, you were labeled insubordinate or you were labeled a troublemaker. I have been literally called that. And I was actually dragged before the Senate of the campus for asking a question from my lecturer. I may have asked it a little forcefully because she just wasn't getting it, right? So I said, how can that be? And they said, you're trying to disrupt this class. And I thought, oh my God, that stopped with school. And here I am at the highest seat of learning in this country or any country. And you're being told, oh, you can't, there's only so many questions you can ask. So we want to really encourage that, and I'm sure. Now, fortunately, Paba also works in the space of young people. I mean, through the Grassroots Trust and through Bakamuno.lk. So the male owner, the teenagers and the young people, or even like young adults, have so many questions about so many things, and they have nowhere. I mean, although there are, the lesson plans. Now, when we were in school, ප්‍රජනනය කියලා පාඩමක් තිබ්බ සයන්ස් පොතේ O level වලට. දැන් ඒකට අපේ ටීචර් මොකක්ද දන්නවද කරේ? Simple. Hari, it was a lady teacher. So the embarrassment of all of this just got to her and said, Hari, ඔය ළමයි ඔය මේ පාඩම කියව ගන්න. ඕගලන් තනියම කියව ගන්න. So it was never discussed, it was never thought. You couldn't ask questions about it.
And කියව ගන්න කියන එක, it's because it's in the book. ඒක කියව ගන්න නෙමෙයිනේ තියෙන ටීචර් කෙනෙක් උගන්වන්න ඕනේ. The reason why I'm saying it is also now if we take a look at ලිංගික හා ප්‍රජනන සෞඛ්‍ය උගන්වන මූලික විෂයමාලාව තමයි අපේ සෞඛ්‍ය හා මේ ශාරීරික අධ්‍යාපනය කියන පොත. ඒකේ තියෙනවා අපි menstruation ගත්තොත් because I work in the area of sexual and reproductive health, especially with a special focus on menstrual hygiene and health. ඉතින් ඒකේ තියෙනවා ඔසප් රුධිරය කිලි නෙමෙයි මේ කාලේට ඕන જાතියක් කන්න පුළුවන් මේ කියලා ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. හරි, ගෙදර ගිහලා කියව ගන්නවා. හැබැයි ඒකෙන් කිසිම බලපෑමක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අර තියෙන එක චාරිත්‍රයකටවත් අර විශ්වාසයකටවත් මේ උඩින් තමයි ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ. And if somebody asks, දැන් ගෙදර ගිහලා ළමෙක් මේක කියවගෙන ගිහලා අහනවා අම්මේ මාළු කන්න හොඳයි කියලා පොතේ තියෙන ඔයා මට මාළු දෙන්නේ නැත්තේ ඇයි? අම්මෝ ඔවා කතා කරන්න එපා. something. ඇයි මට පන්සලට යන්න බැරියයි? ඇයි මට වරහෙට යන්න බැරි? මට මේක කරන්න බැරියයි? ඉතින් so that kind of questioning is silenced.
Absolutely. Yeah. So because you know what, our rituals, suppress our intelligence. Because I mean, somehow the rituals come to the fore. I mean, I've seen it in every kind of forum, no matter which religion you belong to, and no matter what social strata you belong to. We are all surrounded by rituals, and it makes no sense. And you still do it.
And you do it, and interestingly, මම තව දැන් young කට්ටියත් එක්ක වැඩ කරනවා කියෝනේ තරුණ කට්ටියක් එක්ක කතා කර ඉන්න ඔසප් වීම ගැන. Then they were talking about torturous practices that they have to like isolate කරලා කාමරයක දාලා කෑම කන්න දෙනවා, කන්න බැරි කෑම දෙනවා, බලෙන් කවනවා, කොණ්ඩේ පිරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ, මූණ බලන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ, කෙල ගහන්න දෙන්නේ, දත් මදින්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ, නාන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔක්කොම දේවල් අර ඇත්තටම prison cell එකකවත් ඒ වගේ torture කරන්නේ නැහැ. මේ අවුරුදු 12 13 ළමයින්ට මේක වෙන්නේ. දැන් මේගොල්ලන් 18ක් විතරලා. So then මං කිව්වා ඕගලන් දැන් මේ කියන චාරිත්‍ර වර්ධ තියෙනවනේ දැන් නාන්න හොඳ නැහැ, මස් කන්න හොඳ නැහැ එහෙම කියලා. එහෙම කියපු අය අත උසන්න. Everybody put their hand up. I said then ඔයාලා ඒක කරපු කට්ටිය අත උස්සන්න everybody put their hand up. But still they'll continue to say that කියත් මෙහෙමයි but කවුරුත් පිළිපදින්නේ නැහැ. ඒ අපිට ඒ වගේ system එකක් මොකටද තියෙන්නේ?
හරියට. And Paba, the thing is this, right? Now these children have gone through this, right? When they become parents, they will do it to their...
They will do. ඒක තමයි
because that ritual overpowers even your experience.
Yeah.
And you know, you have a learnt experience this was absolute conswallop, right? But you suddenly realize, oh, you know what, I better fit in to this whole social framework, and that's what I'm going to do. Now you were talking about periods, right? දැන් මේ ඔසප්පීම ගැන අපි කතා නොකර ඉන්නකොට දැන් මේක කතා කරන්න බැහැ, හරි ටැබූ දෙයක් නේ ලංකාවේ, හරි පුදුම සීන් එකක් මේක. ඒක කතා නොකර ඉන්නකොට how can we possibly talk about how you can't afford the sanitary napkins for young girls, especially of girls of school going age? And I mean, it's a reality in this country that thousands of girls miss school on a regular basis every month because they have their period and they can't afford to buy the sanitary napkins.
And also the ලැජ්ජාව, ඒකට ඇමින්ලා තියෙන ලැජ්ජාව, the other thing is that අපේ විදිය තමයි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් we look at it from the surface. මතු පිටින් ඒක දිහා බලලා පොඩි ප්ලාස්ටර් එකක් ගහනවා හරියන්න. නමුත් ඒකට බලපාන systemic issues, systemic injustice, structural issues, ඒවා මොනවත් ගැන අවධානය යොමු කර උදාහරණයක් හැටියට අපි ගත්තොත් පෑඩ් ඉස්කෝල දැන් මේ ප්‍රශ්නෙට ළමයි ඉස්කෝලේ එන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නම් පෑඩ් දෙනවා නොමිලේ රජයෙන් දෙනවා එක එක කාලවලට බජට් එකෙන් වෙන් කරනවා අනේ ඒ පෑඩ් එකේ ක්වොලිටි එක මොකක්ද ඒකේ ගුණාත්මක භාවය මොකක්ද ඒක පැය 6ක් ඇදගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද ඒක කැඩිලා නිකන් ඒක සෑහෙන අපහසුතාවයට පත් වෙන එකක්ද නැත්නම් එකෙන් පැය 6ක් ඊට පස්සේ ඒක යට තියෙන what are the other systemic issues like lack of toilets, lack of sanitation, lack of water, lack of dustbins to throw it away, and also lack of knowledge, lack of information imparted in the classroom so then they can learn about what is it, how it is happening. Otherwise, as long as we are not taking away that shame, we can't have a conversation, true conversation.
Absolutely,
about
and you can't find solutions to the problems that exist because we'll be going around in circles forever. So similarly, I mean, I have mentioned this to you before. I mean, a lot of my close friends know about this. When Blip fell off his chair and hit his eye on the edge of his table, it cut his eye just under his eyebrow, right? So immediately we went. So we had to get a plastic surgeon involved to do that because there are several layers of that eyelid that you need to stitch separately, and that's what was happening. So I was, he happened to be a friend of mine accidentally. I mean, the plastic surgeon, it just so happened to know who I was, and I was just having a chat, and I'm saying, I was joking and say, because when we hear plastic surgery, we immediately think about a boob job or, a
something to do with beauty.
Yeah, something to do with beauty, right? But he's saying, Anu, if you think that's what I do, I mean, I'd also love to live that kind of glamorous life, he was saying. He was saying, but most of the stuff I do is reconstructive surgery for victims of violence. And talking about, like, otherwise, some people who were born with some kind of birth defect. So you have to correct those things.
Yeah, and
so,
the burn victims.
The
I've seen people who faces were tattooed on various things, filth and burned, half of it, skull is burned. So all that require a lot of plastic surgeons to give them their own identity.
So
actually, the violence, how it takes away their identity and also give some people identity, like transgender people.
Absolutely.
Who has to, it becomes necessary for them to become who they are and live the way they want to live.
Absolutely. I mean, we know a couple of them. I mean, Indu and Bhumi, and at the same time, because that transition hasn't been easy. To finally end up who they wanted to be hasn't been easy. So there's a humongous social framework that also needs to fit into that, because we are issued a birth certificate when we are born, and in that your gender is clearly stated, your ID is then issued. So when you transition, how do those things change? So we will have these people here as guests, the plastic surgeons, the people who've transitioned, the people who do this kind of social work, the people who work with young people. And at the same time, a big issue in this country is that most people are not willing to sue, take legal action against the things that piss you off, right? So
I have a couple of companies.
Absolutely. I am, of course, suing one company, and but as once the outcome is kind of out there, I'll let you know who that is. But at the same time, I'm really glad I did it, because it was such a it was an arduous process to get there. In a kattak kala thama ethenta yanna one paba. You know what?
But no,
When you
that's
see
the right that you have, no, the companies, that's what happens, like
Yeah.
the systemic issues, some of them being capitalism, patriarchy, corruption and things
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
prevent us from, you know, enjoying our
Yeah,
rights.
actually, so our fear of asking questions is also our fear of, you know, looking for justice.
Yeah.
So at the same time, you know what's wrong, and sometimes you just say, you know what, can't help, this is life. Antekara, I hate when people ලංකාවේ නිතරම කියන මේ අපේ කරුමේ තමයි මේක ඉතින් මම කී දෙනෙක් කියන දිනවද ඔය කතාව මේක ඔය කරුමේ තමයි. දැන් සමහර දේවල් ඉතින් කරුමේ නෙමෙයි. සමහර දේවල් you know
You can
කතා
certainly change that karume.
Certainly.
You know, you have to ask questions. And
Certainly,
do
you
that
can,
and also-
absolutely, and at the same time, so there's so many things to talk about. Like I mentioned before, please send us a WhatsApp on the number that you see on the screen, or send us an email, or please subscribe to our channel and leave a comment on our channel. So there's so many things to talk about, and we'll see you when we see you next. So hopefully we'll do this every week, no, Paba?
Yes,
Yeah, the
that's
idea
the
is to
hope.
do, yeah,
Yeah.
do a new show every week, and you know, bring a new topic up for debate and up for questioning every week, and have guests intermittently who actually can add to the conversation.
Yeah. See you next time then.
Bye bye.